to present Andrew just because he's the only one doing anything.
Here, let me move my. Oh shit! No, it's not.
Just zoom in.
Yeah, with my crappy 10-year-old webcam. This is literally all I use my webcam for is our little meeting, so I haven't decided it high enough priority to buy a decent freaking webcam. Hold on. The hell? Oh, there we go.
Hell's bells.
False. Crappy keyboard. Alright, hold on. See if I can. Ah, shit.
So I need to send you the Media Blaster. You wanted me to 3D print something?
I did those headphone bracket thingies.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could send me the STL again, because I don't remember.
I will. I may actually send you one more STL because on Thingiverse there's a case for this thing. You know that, so it can be enclosed in the back.
Oh, okay. You don't want to mill it?
I'm a little ways away from being able to do that.
Oh.
But you knew that.
Sort of. I knew you were working on it, but I didn't know how far.
Yeah. Well, what really needs to happen is I just need to empty out my garage and rebuild it. It's the garage. I mean, just like put everything back because it's gotten crazy in there right now.
Yeah, it's the same problem I have now. During the winter, it's been the whatever, just toss it in here place.
Yep. That's what happens.
So there's like 15 HP boxes sitting in the corner over here, and a Cuisinart box.
A Cuisinart box?
Yeah, my wife got a bread maker for.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, she's been using the hell out of it.
Oh, I bet you she makes some delicious ass bread.
Well, okay, so
what is ass bread?
It's from a rap song, you wouldn't know.
But no, I mean literally, like you put all the stuff in it and you press a button and it does a bunch of stuff, and then
Oh yeah, it does all the things. My mom used to have a bread maker. That thing was awesome.
Yeah, I mean you literally just press a button and walk away. It's kind of awesome.
Lazy bread.
Yeah, she made craisin bread, cinnamon something rolls. We're gonna do pasta with it next week.
Nice.
Well, that's pretty neat. And then just junk. And then plus parts everywhere. I mean, there's like extrusions up the wazoo.
What's a wazoo? You wouldn't get that reference if you don't have kids. Or unless you've watched the movie Over the Hedge.
Over the Hedge.
Yeah, there's a line in the movie where somebody says something about out the wazoo, and one of the other characters says, "What's a wazoo?"
Oh yeah, so Media Blaster, STL files, stickers. You were supposed to give me SVGs of stuff.
I was supposed to do something for the side of my cabinet.
Yes. So the more you could do before I ship anything, the best for you. Because then I could just dump it in one box and then call it shit a day.
How about shipping went up? Did you see that?
What's that?
Shipping's gone up. Apparently, the USPS costs more money now.
It's still the only way to send something overseas unless you want to be butt raped.
Pretty much. Some people are into that, but you know.
Well, I learned that lesson pretty hard when I was shipping those frickin' mounts international. It's just there's nothing cheap other than, and USPS is not. If you want tracking, which you do, you have to send it USPS priority, which is flat rate. So it just kind of depends on what you're shipping, if it'll fit in the flat rate boxes. But you know, it's the small flat rate box is $20. UPS for the same size, or not UPS, Federal Express for the same box was $158.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The funny thing about the whole priority thing too, I just recently had to ship something to Germany, and I paid the extra for the tracking. I paid everything for the insurance, and the tracking data didn't show up. Nothing showed up till it was delivered.
Yeah. That shit happens all the time. That's crazy.
And it's like,
USPS would be horrible about that.
You know that's not how tracking works, right?
well, what's interesting is if you call something that has like below priority but offered a tracking, the person on the phone will tell you that it's not a tracking number. But clearly on the website it says tracking number, like in bold ass blue text with their logo next to it.
Yeah.
No. That's not tracking. That's just an identifier.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I don't know. And the thing that sucks too, like the Super PID just showed up. I've had the tracking on. I have this little app that checks and updates and stuff like that. It literally just showed up. It's like I saw where it was scanned in Australia, and then that was it. And then it just literally showed up.
Well, I love how like shit shows up at my door and then my app goes off.
Yeah.
It's like do, and like 30 minutes later, bing, your package is here. I was like, no shit, I already opened it.
The one thing they're notorious for is backdating something. So, for example, you have something that's tracking, and then it goes to someplace and it doesn't move. And then you'll see something that, like, there's no way in space-time continuum that it could have been in this location, but it has a time stamp of 15 minutes of where it's in this completely different state.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me with the VFD, because it showed up in California, and then all of a sudden it was in Oregon, and then the next day it was in California again.
The damn Q from the Q continuum fucking with shit. Damn Joker, he's like Loki. He's like Loki for Star Trek. Cause Q gives no fucks.
Just recently I started watching Deep Space Nine. This is probably the most interesting call yet.
Really? You got me actually doing something, and we're talking about Star Trek. Best call ever.
You haven't watched Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. That was fantastic.
BSG is never my. I don't know. I liked it, but it was never my Star Trek. It was never Star Trek for me.
Well, I can't watch the older stuff, but the last series that was out was really good. The older stuff, when you try to watch it, is painful.
Did you watch all the mini spin-offs? What was it? Blood and Chrome?
I did not, no.
Blood and Chrome was pretty good, and then Caprica was pretty good.
I started watching Caprica, and I didn't finish it. I'm not sure why. I just didn't hold my...
You know why you didn't finish it? Because it was canceled.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many I watched, even. How many
well, it kind of stops abruptly.
Oh.
You may have watched it, all of it.
Like Top Gear. It's like, we'd like to apologize. Our funding has been pulled.
Yeah, they have that guy from Friends on top.
Yeah,
Oh, Joey.
Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
I saw that. I mean, and apparently he's a car guy or whatever.
Oh, he's a big car nerd, yeah.
It's one of those things where it's never gonna be Hammond, May, and Richard.
No,
What's
it'll
the
be
deal
a
with
different
Amazon?
show.
Because Amazon picked up all three of them.
Well, I know that, but when are they gonna fucking put a show out? I'm waiting.
Well, they did pictures of them all. It seems like they got a good portion of their old crew too. It looks like.
Nice.
I'm sure that cost some money.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we'll never really know what. I mean, we kind of know what happened, but.
Yeah, we know what happened.
What's his name is a dick.
Clarkson punched one of the producers.
No, I understand, but if half the crew went with them, that seems kind of strange.
I think it's like most things, they all fight on occasions like that, and they all disagree, but at the end of the day, they all love their job and they all really get along well with each other, and I think they just want to keep doing the same show.
Or maybe the producer's a dick and he really deserved getting punched in the face.
And I suspect that was also part of it as well.
Yeah, that's probably where that was.
What was hilarious about that whole ordeal, May was taking videos and pictures of himself like in random normal places.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is me drinking coffee at the local shop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he was like being hounded by the media for comment.
Yeah.
Leading up to the last show, and he was just like, I stand by my colleague, and I'm not going to comment.
But
And
both of those two guys have their own shows, don't they? Hammond and May. They do.
Hammond's got what is it? Hammond does something. I
Well, he
can't.
does something with sci-fi and Discovery. He has his own little thing. May does like the weird Lego stuff. Like he did that house that was completely made out of Lego. And then he
How
did
many
something else.
Lego bricks was in that? Holy crap!
But Clarkson, I know he does like car specials, and he does like voiceovers of stuff, and he's cameoed in games. So I don't know.
Oh, I gotta tell you guys something. This, honest to God, happened to me yesterday. I'm sitting at my computer, talking to my brother. We're just texting back and forth, and I get this video request, and from Google Video. And I'm not going to use the lady's name, but she's in this photography group that I'm in.
Oh my!
And I answer the call, and
Please tell me this goes where I think it goes.
yeah, it does.
Sweet.
She clearly didn't know that she had like initiated a video call with, I don't know. I was the only one in it, but she
Oh
clearly.
God.
So she clearly didn't know that she had done this, and the house, whatever it is, it looks like a penthouse suite, like it's New York, or it's a city, and she's one of the upper floors. She's got a view, and wherever her computer is, it faces her living room and her bedroom.
Oh my! And you got a view of the view?
Well, she was getting all ready for like 20 minutes, just getting ready. I just left the screen up, just like I went and grabbed my son. I was like, Aaron, you gotta watch this.
She's getting ready for what?
Going out or something. She was trying to get dressed. I'm like,
Wait, how did the call even initiate?
Well, apparently she's in a circle that I'm in or something, and if you're in Google
Stop
Plus,
asking questions.
yeah, that's
What happened?
it's. I just get this thing, like if you video call me on Google Hangouts, I get that little icon that says, "Do you want to answer this call?"
Yeah.
And I said, sure. She was in this Google photography thing I'm in, and I said, so I answered it. And there's nobody there. It's just me, and nobody at her computer. It's just the view of her living room and her bedroom. And I'm like, well, this is kind of weird. What the hell's going on here? So I just kind of left it there and thought, well, somebody will come back. And I went into the kitchen, was making a pot of coffee, and
Just left it.
And things got out of hand. She clearly did not know what she had done. I even was chatting in there and like.
Yeah, I bet you muted the mic. You're like, I'm just gonna be quiet. She'll never know. You dirty old man.
Well, wait, I'm not gonna like advertise. It's like this is. Oh my God, that's just.
So many laws just got broken. I don't know if that's like
Yeah.
call to you. So is that e-stalking? How does that work? You're not really a peeping Tom because
I'm
she's
not.
calling you.
No, I was just. I only left it for about 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, this is enough. She clearly had no clue what was going on, and
It's like
just make sure. How does that even happen? I don't even know. Clearly she was on something, and I don't know.
So John, what does your wife think about your e-stalking?
She thinks I shouldn't be talking about it while we're live. I didn't mention names. I didn't say the name of the person. I'm not going to do that because that would be horrendously embarrassing.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
But let's just say it's a name like John Smith, except it wasn't a guy. But it's very generic like that.
Like Jane Doe.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, come on, people.
Technology is wonderful. And it's funny because both my boss and a whole bunch of other people in the company that I work for, they put stickers over their webcam.
On my laptop, absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
I've seen how quickly the cameras and the Macs can be hacked if you have.
A brain.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Windows is probably even easier on the laptop. So yeah, on my laptop, I always.
Well, and it's a corporate laptop too, so you assume a level of no privacy.
God, yeah.
And it's one of those things where literally in our policy states you should assume zero privacy on this piece of equipment. Anything you do can and will be monitored at anyone other than you's discretion. So it's one of those things where you don't do dumb shit on a company laptop and you don't get fired and or a bunch of questions asked to you by people you don't want asking questions.
Yes.
So that's why I surf porn on other things.
This one's, oh, that's kind of cool. I can't make it full screen anymore. There used to be a.
Go down in there. There you go. Are we getting feedback?
Yeah, your mic. It's a little hot.
Sorry. Turn this down.
That's hot.
What?
So did you see the let's just to get it back on CNC stuff. I don't know if you saw that video that Eve had posted about. It was a CNC machine for making timber frame home beams. The chainsaw. It's CNC porn at its finest.
It's like some homebrew crazy CNC.
Oh no, God, no. This machine, I'll bet, is millions of dollars, millions, easily.
Yeah, I was watching it and then I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, wow, and then all of a sudden it pulled out a chainsaw.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Got a chainsaw bit.
It has a blade, like a table saw blade, that's like 4 or 5 feet in diameter.
Holy fuck balls. Yeah, no, I missed that one. I wish I'd seen it now.
So would that be 6 axes or 5 axes?
Yeah, honey. What does the cam look like for that?
Wait. The real question is the saw blade indexable?
Probably.
That would be the shit.
And the thing is, it had 2 spindles. It had one spindle for the chainsaw and the saws, and then it had a separate spindle for all the end mills.
And then it had these like grinding wheel things.
Yeah, it was like a yeah.
I don't know what the hell those were, but they were like super cool.
But it was funny. I'm watching that. I was like, is this a demonstration? Because I could see like a lot of that other stuff could have been done with the end mills that just used a second ago. You know what I mean?
I think it was my landlord. I sent that to him because he was asking about it, and that was our consensus: is that it was a demo. It's a demo video showing all the tools that they have. The stuff that they can do.
There's one point it saws into something, and then it cuts a slot, and then after it cuts out a slot, then it has like this random-looking end mill that's like, I don't know, like 9 inches long that has a bunch of freaking inserts in it. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It has like, I don't know, like 60 inserts all the way around this thing, and it's like, but you just had a carbide end mill a second ago. You could have. Yeah. But yeah, the cam for that must be ridiculous.
Then the big purple dildo end mill comes out. Oh, Dave's back.
Dave's back.
And the big purple dildo attachment comes out.
Of course he comes for that.
Yeah.
What's that?
He's been waiting for that one. Oh, you missed it. Never mind.
I miss most everything.
No, apparently there was some crazy. They were looking at some crazy CNC machine, and it had like a table saw blade end mill, basically, and we were making jokes that the next attachment that would come out was a big dildo.
Oh, well, I guess only if it's a lady that owns it.
Maybe. You never know.
We're bad. Did you CNC a circuit board that I see you soldering on?
No, this was donated. I'm building a keyboard for geekhack.org.
Okay.
I'm soldering the controller onto the board.
Yeah.
That's what I was showing earlier. This is the keyboard's gonna look like. Where's the fuck's my camera? Oh, it's over here. That's what the keyboard's gonna look like. It's super tiny. It's just 11 letter keys, basically. But you use the function key, and then all of this stuff does different things with the modifier.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff to try and keep sorted out, right?
And here's some like 1.5 inch thick mahogany.
Ah, sweet. Sweet. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Oh yeah, you have to look at that video, Dave. That Eve's posted. That's the video for the timber frame machine.
Okay.
I wonder how do you calculate feeds and speeds for something like that too? Because with a table saw blade,
Very
that's
carefully.
Well, for the amount of money in the machine, and it probably comes with its own cam and everything else, it probably does all of that.
Oh, guaranteed, right? The end user has to do all that.
I mean, did you see the carousel for all the end mills and all the? It was ridiculous. I mean, it even loads its own material.
Holy shit!
I mean, this thing is huge. It even flips it at one point. It ejects it, rotates it 90 degrees, and then puts it back in. You're talking about, what was it, like 40 feet long, about 2 feet wide?
Lick it, smack it, rub it down. Yeah, that's a pretty insane piece of tech, man.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched the video yet, and I get the tinglies.
And when it's all done, that great big piece of timber turns into a piece of corner molding.
It's a toothpick.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I see what this thing's doing. This thing's building timber frame components.
Yes.
Ah.
That's the only.
Don't-
We were trying to think of what else you'd use a machine like that for, but that's the only use. I mean, what else?
Yeah.
You're
But-
not- I mean, you could build furniture with it, but you know, for Jolly Green Giant's house.
Well, there's a big resurgence in timber frame construction now, and
Oh, yeah.
so it's coming back in popularity. And this machine, even though it's expensive, can lower the cost of timber frame construction, where, you know, prior to this, everything was done by hand with hand drills and chisels and everything else, and so it made the timber frame construction pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool machine. I gotta
Yeah.
admit.
Yeah. 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 The Amish should love it.
Yeah, the Amish. Yeah.
Amish.
Oh yeah.
See some mortises. That's kind of interesting, the coordinated move when they do drilling at an angle.
Oh yeah. Are those other videos the Make It Rain Fire videos, Eves?
Yes, super MIR mode.
What?
Make it rain.
Make It Rain. Except one of them is it's shooting out tons of sparks as well as it's cutting, like crazy.
So it just shoots fire because fire is cool.
Well, I think it's cutting some sort of hardened steel or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's got to be hard on cutters. I don't care how you manage your feeds and speeds.
And he's not whoever that is not using any cooling either.
No,
They're just doing it straight up.
doing it dry.
running ceramic tooling.
No lube.
No fucks CNC right there, baby. Fuck that $500 end mill.
That's right. I can buy another one.
That's right. $500.
Yes,
Thing's
you are
got
still
some
presented,
serious-
Andrew.
What's that?
Serious horsepower.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fun to watch. I love the chainsaw's awesome though.
Everybody loves a chainsaw. That's why it's like the most popular weapon in Doom.
And the big table saw blade's awesome too.
Yeah.
Actually, the whole positioning, the table, the infeed and outfeed tables, that's got to be part of the cam too, you would think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because it flips
Yeah.
and brings it back.
I need a flush cutter.
What's interesting too is like you see in the very beginning where it like repositions the clamps before it even takes it in.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
knows where it's going to cut and where the clamps are going to be in the way.
Oh yeah, you know that there's sensors on
Yeah.
that said no.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. But the thing, it has to be a demo because I'm watching it again and it's like, well, you just used that tool, and then you switch to this other tool where the other tool could have done the same thing. I don't know. I mean, it's just ripping through it like it's not even there. I mean, granted it's wood, but still.
Well, and it's softwood too.
Yeah.
I don't know that would matter.
Probably not. Could probably do it in
Even
iron.
even if it was mahogany, it would probably just blast through it. And mahogany's pretty damn dense.
I mean, I don't think you're making a timber frame house out of oak beams, but I guess you could.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So further along in the video, it actually moves the clamp out of the way for a drilling operation.
So it clearly knows.
Wow, what is that? An inch? 1 inch
There we
roughened
go.
angle?
Oh, did I just do that?
You got a desoldering gun too? You don't? You have wick or anything?
Nope. I got an air gun. I mean, I can blow it out if I really need to. But what I'll probably do is I can push each one of them out, maybe, if I'm lucky. Fuck. I did all that speech about how all the silk screen was on one side and everything was supposed to be soldered on this side. You see which way that tensy's on?
Wrong side.
Yep.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Oh, you have no idea.
I think that company's out of Italy, it looks like, by the way. Yeah. I would never. I'm not in the market to buy one, but I'd sure like to get a factory tour or something like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
And what's crazy is like halfway through an op, it's like setting up the other spindle. Crazy. And then the one spindle moves out the way, and then it comes in and does the other op. So how many axes is that technically? 9?
Well, let's see.
Or 10, technically, if it's a 5x5, because the other side has to be 5 axes also.
Is it 5?
Unless it's running two cam profiles at the same time, so XYZ AB is same thing, or is it, A1 or X1, Y1, Z1, A1, B1?
Like 2 CNCs in one. It's two CNCs in one.
I want to see it in a Stephen King movie where it goes wrong.
That would be awesome.
Because this would be epic.
Somebody gets taped to the board.
Or in a, or in a
No,
James
That's
Bond
Dudley
movie.
Do-Right. Dudley Do-Right movie, right?
Not one of the Saw movies, guys. fucking little creepy doll pops up on the screen. I want to play a game.
You know, it's interesting how they give no shits about dust collection at all.
I was just gonna say that. You know, there's no shits given about collecting anything. It's just
Everywhere.
everywhere. So
I bet you underneath that there's a chip conveyor.
No,
You'll see-
there's a section where the camera pans to the left. You can actually see a mountain of sawdust.
Oh,
well,
wow.
there's at the very end of the video. I think there's a thing where it does go into. Yeah, if you go into at the very end of the video, there's a conveyor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So is that all the dust that's accumulated for that job? I mean, it's
Yeah.
literally like 2 feet tall.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like if it starts at about 1725 in timeline, and you'll see the dust.
1725.
You know, I think it's funny. I've actually seen people with the same PCB that did the exact same thing that I did and gave up. They're like, I can't desolder it. I suck. I had to order another PCB. Yeah, I don't give up quite that easy.
Oh, here comes the chainsaw. Oh, here they're doing the mortars.
That's how it handles the dust collection. It just shakes the.
Yeah, it just tips it up and.
Huh. I figured it would be something a little bit more elaborate than that, but.
I like the big
Talked
saw
earlier
blade
about
when-
no fucks given to use.
No, I mean, I figured. I mean, as advanced as this machine is, it's just literally like these two canvas things that are just shaking. It's just like doing this weird.
I don't know. Well, maybe one of those things where because it's doing such a soft material, it doesn't really have to care. I don't know. To your point,
Barcode at the end of the op. That's crazy.
you would think that it would give like one shit about it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we put some blowers in there to just blow shit around.
those wheels, Eves, that are used to like put grooves in, like big notches in the wood. Those
Yeah.
are all indexed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No carbide indexing. Yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah, I have to replace the indexes on my blade.
And
How much does
well,
that
and that's
cost?
it's gonna cost you a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, because they have that 3-inch diameter one that looked like it has like 60 to 65 indexes
Yeah.
all the way around it.
Yeah.
Well, I think there was just like an 8-inch one they just used.
Yeah.
Just like, wow.
But I suppose if you're making, the kinds of cuts that they're doing, time is everything.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, that and at the price that they sell these timber frame houses at, we're not talking $30,000 homes.
Yeah.
We're talking $1 million homes. So.
I'm surprised they don't have like a bandsaw for it too.
Oh, yeah. That's cool how it parks all the parts at the end. You see that?
Yeah, that is.
They don't have like it playing a banjo or something.
I will admit though that Dave, you're right. The coordinated moving on drilling or any of it, anytime that it's at an angle and it has to be a coordinated move, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do blind dovetails, everything with this thing. Timber frame, your whole timber frame house could be dovetailed.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a great big dovetail cutter. They just.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's got a end diameter of about 3 inches.
Yeah, so that saw blade's like 2 feet in diameter.
Oh, you
Yeah.
think that's it? Look bigger than that.
Oh, I'd say 2.
Oh, that's a lot of mass. I mean, I have no idea what RPMs that thing is spinning at, but
Well, it can't. I mean, you wouldn't spin that at 1720 like a normal table saw. Not
Yeah.
that
Sure.
big. Would you?
Sure.
Everything looks bigger on TV.
Because the tip speed's going to be crazy.
Yeah, but it's carbide. It's a soldered carbide saw blade. And so
wow.
they
No,
bring those.
no blade guards on the saw blade. I love that too.
Well, I don't think anybody wants to be in that chamber when this thing is running.
755. I love that. The saw does the spin.
Yeah.
That's like the first scene of my movie. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm watching them make these two shorter pieces that it sawed a big long one in half, and it's making two identical pieces out of it. They may be mirror image, but it's got a inserted carbide cutter on there that's got to be close to 10 inches in diameter, and 4 inches tall.
That's so cool. It actually parks a spindle, and then that spindle's loading the next tool, and then it goes to another park zone. Then it waits for the other spindle to get out of the way, and then it goes in. Then the other spindle goes into its park zone, grabs another tool, waits. I mean, this is like non-stop, boom, 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 boom. There's no pausing in between any op.
Well, that's a new one. What did that do?
Wow.
Well, that's doing tenon cuts on both sides simultaneously at 1532.
That's such a cool machine.
That's like literally, you put that on a semi or something, put it in front of somebody's house in a forest, and then you just load logs into it, and then you have a house.
Yeah.
Well, I watched something on how railroad trusses are made, and it's one of those things where every railroad truss is numbered. They know where every railroad truss is supposed to go on like a bridge. Like literally, they're numbered 1 through whatever.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind. I was like, "Are you serious? They know it, and they're all cut exactly a certain way to go on this bridge. It's not just make 900 railroad trusses. It's everyone is cut as exact, whatever, out of oak of all things." And I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "That's crazy."
Well, if you were in timber frame house building business, that would be the machine to have.
Oh yeah.
So I wonder, like during the cut, you'll see it actually like adjust the clamp. Like it doesn't go anywhere; it just loosens and closes, loosens and closes. I wonder what it's doing or why it's doing that. Is it readjusting or retension?
Well, I saw some clamps slide sideways.
No. Like further down, you'll see it do a cut, and then it just opened that one clamp. It didn't move or anything, and then it kind of open, close, open, close.
Well, I don't know.
I'm sure they have sensors. I'm sure they know.
Some sort of a reset of some sort.
There's got to be optical sensors or lasers or something. Lasers, I hope.
Lasers.
Yeah, there's an optical end stop right. Oh, yeah. That's freaking awesome. It's ridiculous when it comes out with this one little tiny piece, though. Like a little tiny 2-footer.
Oh yeah, the side curtains sit there and bounce and run all the shavings and chunks and everything onto a conveyor.
It's crazy.
Oh, hey, there's the part number for the pieces that they just machined.
Wow. It literally dumps all the shavings directly on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'll go out and buy 2 next week, okay?
Just ship one here.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
And then the closed loop servo thing I think I sent you. Where was that? Closed loop. Here it is. Yeah, this is kind of a neat little... Oh, wrong window.
Closed loop stepper motor. Produce demo alpha step. Closed loop
yeah.
steppers, huh?
That was pretty cool too.
You know, it's funny. Out of all the closed loop steppers, what's it called? The light step, I think it's called. Is that what it is, John? Light step.
The one from that YouTube video guy.
Yeah, those are the cheapest ones.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, they're not cheap, but they're the least
Well,
expensive.
When you compare them to the other ones.
Yeah. I mean, that could be the way to go if you're building something serious, because the stepper and the driver and everything is in the unit.
Well, that's pretty tricky when they've got one set of fingers spinning fast and the others timing themselves so that they go through the spinning fingers without crashing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was shocked that they were using belts on that too.
Yeah.
Looked like T5. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
At T5 by 12s.
Those are 15s.
Are they 15s?
Yeah. The only reason I know that is because I have those belts here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty neat. It's probably a real simple demo too. It's not the G code's probably really not that long. It's probably somebody designed it as a demo and it sits on somebody's desk running all day long.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder sometimes, did they purpose program that, fine tune just that so it's a demo.
You probably could run that with standard steppers, but over time they would start colliding, which would be probably epic to watch.
Yeah, without the loop, definitely.
Definitely about the loop. Definitely.
Gotta watch that.
All right.
Oh,
Make fun of the old man.
I wasn't making fun of you. I was doing a very poor imitation.
So I've missed a couple of weeks. What's everybody been up to?
That much, huh? Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, I've been traveling for work and applying for new jobs and building keyboards.
Well, did you get stuck in some snow a while back during that big snow?
There was snow involved. I wouldn't say I was stuck in it. I chose not to drive during the worst part of it. But
Wise decision. Wise decision.
I did drive, the day before and the day after and the day of. But I didn't go very far, and I was extremely cautious. I was in a rear-wheel drive vehicle in a very steep, hilly country, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to die today, so I was just very, very careful.
I'd rather drive rear-wheel vehicle in snow than front-wheel.
Oh yeah. Well, I had plenty of drive. The rental car was a Dodge Challenger, and it was quick. I'll tell you that much.
Snow tires or street tires?
Brand new street tires.
Oh, good.
It was fun as hell to drive. I tell you that much.
When I was going to high school, we had not a severe snowstorm, but enough that it dumped 3 or 4 inches. And back then, the parking lots didn't have much in them. They were just great big parking lots. No light poles or bumpers or anything else. And so we'd go out on a big parking lot and pull cookies and drift and everything else in the snow. It was fun.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it helped. Well, it helped you learn how to put yourself into a slide and then get yourself back out. you know, where you had lots and lots of room to make mistakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, I did my fair share of that while I was in up there doing some sliding around in the parking lot and stuff. Not too much though. I was pretty careful, pretty cautious.
you know, John, your trip to North Dakota, other than being a sad trip, went off without any hitches.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easy flight. It's well, you fly from here to Minneapolis. If you're lucky, you fly from here to Minneapolis and then Minneapolis to Fargo or Minneapolis to Grand Forks directly. Is where we're at. But the wife got her flight from San Diego to Minneapolis was canceled, so she had to go to from San Diego to Los Angeles to Minneapolis to.
No.
And it just makes it a lot more shitty.
Man, when we flew to England here in 2010, we had to fly Seattle, Minneapolis, Reykjavik, and then into England at wasn't Heathrow. It was one of the northern. I can't think of it right now. That was and we got lucky because in Minneapolis we had to change planes, and a guy in one of those golf carts, type things, picked us up, and we said, we need to get to this terminal. He said, no problem. Zoom. But he drove for 10 minutes, through that great, huge airport. God. If we'd had to walk, we'd have never made it.
Oh, yeah.
Never in a million years. And we wound up going through security in Seattle, security in Minneapolis, security at Reykjavik. So 3 security checks. That sucked. Yeah, having to pour out your water and then turn around and buy expensive water as soon as you get through security. Hello. But then on the way back, we flew from England to Reykjavik, Iceland again, but we didn't pass out of the security zone.
Yeah.
We stayed within the security zone and paid like $15 for a couple of sandwiches in the airport.
Well, yeah.
And then we flew from Iceland nonstop to Seattle, and got picked up by the kids there. But yeah, if we never have to fly anywhere again, that'll be too soon. So. Yeah. Where's Tony tonight?
Was he on at all today?
Yeah, I think so. Tyler was asking about calibration for machines. I made a couple suggestions, and I think he came in and made a suggestion also. So I think I saw him. But people trying to calibrate these machines in using wood with grain and varying densities is is asking for difficulties. You know, you need to get something that's got no grain and no density differences in it if you're gonna do some test cuts. I like machinable wax personally, but
I'll tell you what, taking them out is a hell of a lot more of a pain in the ass than putting them in.
how many did you put in wrong?
All of them.
All of them.
I put the controller on the wrong side of the PCB. Oops.
So now you're taking all the switches out.
Well, I soldered the controller on, and the controller has 20 some odd little pins. So I bought a set of pin board, and I soldered them through, and then I cut them off, and then I finished cutting them off, and I picked it up, and I go, shit, wrong side.
Oh. Yeah.
And I'm not the first person to do this, so the first person to put them in on the wrong side, so I don't feel horrible. It's just a pain in the absolute ass trying to get them off without tearing stuff up.
Look at the picture I posted in the our main chat, Dave.
All right. I mean,
It's an old bike. I don't know when would you say that was from, Eves? Maybe 30s.
oh, shaft drive, nice.
Yeah, right.
All-wheel drive.
That would be cool. No, just just normal rear wheel, but it's a drive shaft bike from like the 30s.
Yeah, that's cool.
I wonder what the ratio is. Probably pretty good because it looks like a real small bevel gear up front.
Let's see here.
Can't tell, but yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Almost. Almost looks like a variable speed cone drive at the front.
You think so?
Well, I'm not seeing any gear teeth at all. Of course, it's in the wrong angle.
Yeah.
But
Pretty impressive.
yeah, it is. Yeah. Chinese will probably reinvent it.
Well, I mean, it's basically motorcycles have gone to that already, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, BMW loves that direct drive.
Well, BMW has been shaft drive for millennium.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Pretty neat. You get the shaft drive bikes, and there's no spoke or anything on the other side. It's just empty.
Yeah.
Well, there's spoke, but yeah.
Strut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Then of course you've got a lot of the Harleys now have the final drive is timing belt, not chain. So it's completely quiet.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's in that picture you sent me. That's Maker Slide, right, Eves?
I'm sorry, what was that?
That's Maker Slide, right? That thing is on.
Oh yeah.
Boy, how did that actually clears it, huh? By like what, a nanometer?
Okay, probably that. I'll do it for myself.
Damn, that's wide ass belt.
Oh, they make timing belt just about as wide. Pick a number,
Well,
and they make timing belt that
Yeah, I mean, look at them. Like you said, we're talking about Harleys. I mean, that belt is what, 5 inches wide?
No, it's about 2 inches wide.
Oh, because I've seen some motorcycles, these custom ones, where the belts are super wide.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking about
that's almost like the belt that goes on a supercharger.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah.
still 3 inches. You're probably 3 inches.
Those are about 3 or 4 inches wide. You know, that's really interesting when they pop one on a dragster or a tractor and tractor pulls, makes a mess. Makes a
I bet.
mess. Makes a bloody mess.
All right.
Yeah, it's better. Oh, it clears my way a lot more.
Plus, the drag chain is going to be moved anyway. I mean, that's what that bar is. It's holding the drag chain. So that's going to go to the side. You want to hear something funny? When I ordered the belt, it is literally 2 inches too short.
Oh, can't
Is it
splice that.
is it a continuous or a cut length?
Now it's open.
Yeah, and 2 inches too short.
Yep.
Hmm.
So I emailed them and they said no problem. So they'll give me the other one at a cheaper rate. Not that much cheaper.
Well, I'll be right back, guys. 1 sec.
Was it their mistake or?
Yeah, because they said 5 meters, but it was actually 5 feet. If it was 5 meters, I would have been fine.
Well, yeah.
But then they said that at the invoice part, it does say 5 feet, but on the website, it said 5 meters.
Ah. So that's GT25.
No, that's T5.
Well, surprisingly enough, I think it's all GT2, but the pitch changes from 2, 3, 5, and on up. But it's still
because everything I've looked when I looked up that part number, it's not GT2 compatible in a sense of none of the sprockets are the same or the pulleys. They look completely different. They're designed completely different. And these are 5mm pitch versus
right.
2.
Yeah, but they've still got that hemisphere lobe on the belt and the corresponding hemispherical portion of the sprocket.
Yeah. My big thing is that these are like almost 3 or 4 times thicker than the GT2 stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What's the strength member?
Yeah, these are stainless steel reinforced.
Stainless steel. Ooh, those won't stretch.
And neoprene on one side and some polyester on the other or something like that.
Yeah.
I really got that thing on there. Get all the pins out, and it's still not going anywhere.
I'm surprised the sprocket's not keyed.
No, it's a press fit.
Oh, press? Yeah.
I didn't know that when I ordered it, but
Oh.
I need to make sure everything's in first. Don't push this guy in.
Yeah. And that's going on to what machine?
The primary, my big one. It's only going on X,
Oh, okay.
and the Y's will be Acme.
You're gonna use Acme.
Yeah.
How you gonna compensate for backlash?
I have anti-backlash nuts.
Okay. Well, you'll have to be constantly tightening those and adjusting them.
Yep, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I know you are. Preaching to the choir.
But it's better than belts because I've broken 4 in the last 2 months.
Hmm?
All right, guys, you'll have to forgive me. I've got to take this guy to the CNC where I've got that air feed on there, so I'm going to try to blow these out. See if I can't get this thing to come loose without tearing it up.
Ah.
So, I'm going to go ahead and mute because it's going to make a bunch of noise.
I would love to go Acme and Y, but it's too long.
Yeah, you get too much whip. The only way you could do that is if you went with a rotating nut. Rotating nut. And that starts getting complicated.
No, I designed one, but the problem is that I don't have the means to make the plate that's required.
Right.
Not yet, anyway. So it's kind of chicken before the egg. I need to build the other machine first to make the part to fix this one.
Sound like me now, making tools to make tools to make tools to make parts. Finally.
Yeah. Because I mean, once I get the replacement Ys, I have to custom make 2 plates to even accommodate this at all, and then this has to come up a significant amount, like 3 to 4 inches.
Wow.
And then I have to change out a bunch of stuff. Kind of a necessity because I'm getting tired of fixing it.
There you go.
Twice it happened when I was kind of like lazy and I have my run days, which is Monday and Tuesday, and I waited till Thursday, and that's when I decided to break the belt, which even if I overnight it, it's Friday, which means I'll be out here all day Friday night, which has happened twice already, so
Yeah.
I need to fix it.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of hate that.
So I'm still functioning. I haven't taken it apart yet. I thought I was going to be doing this, but then I realized the belt was too short. If I do that now, that won't impact anything. I'll just have to recalibrate CNC, which that shouldn't take much. But it doesn't change because I have a 2-to-1 ratio on that, and I already have a big stepper for X, so nothing changes there. And then the drive reduction kit, which that should be coming in pretty soon.
Oh, I thought you don't have that yet, huh?
No, I have one, like literally one set, and I was supposed to test fit it because he's cutting them, he's making them. I didn't realize that. I thought he ordered them. So he gave me a set to check out, and they fit the steppers I have. He really wants me to use those smaller steppers, and I'm not really.
I don't understand why.
I don't. Oh, you're recording, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can stop.